What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are jumping into the video today. I wanted to show off the motorcycle carrier that I use to take the dirt bikes, and actually for the very first time taking a bigger bike, the KTM 890 Adventure, out to the desert. So this is kind of like the motorcycle carrier setup that I have whenever we're taking vehicles out and we're not driving them, we're taking them to different areas. So let me show you guys what we got going on. So as you can see, this is the carrier. So I'll have it linked down below which one I bought. So I bought this guy off of Amazon, and this thing says it can hold up to 600 pounds. This is definitely the heaviest motorcycle I've put on here. I did look at the reviews. People were saying that you can hold, I think someone had a Harley Soft or Sportster, I want to say, on here. This bike is like in the 450 range. I don't have much gas in here right now, so it's a little bit less like fully weight, the wet weight, but still, this is like the heaviest bike I've ever had on here. I typically would take like the dirt bike on here, the KLX. I know that's like in the 300-pound range, but yeah, we just driven over 2 hours. I don't know how many miles with this setup, so I want to show you guys how this looks. This is a pretty crazy setup. So the good thing about this, though, I will say, with having the truck with the tongue weight, this isn't like that big of a deal. The one thing I will say that everyone says when you buy it, get a aftermarket like a stabilizer. So we definitely did that. That definitely helps out a lot. So whenever I'm putting the bike on here, and I'll show you guys as I'm taking it off, but whenever I put the bike on here, we first put it on, I typically like to use 4 different straps to strap it on here. And yeah, I can say this thing isn't going anywhere. And even as you can tell, getting out here, we had to go off-road like a couple miles, and this isn't like flat surfaces. We're going over up and down elevations and everything like that. So yeah, this thing hasn't moved an inch, and that's pretty impressive. So typically whenever we're coming out here for like a bigger bike, we have it set up like this, and then I'll show you guys in the inside of the truck bed. I'll just unlatch this real quick. We also have a smaller bike that usually can fit inside of here, and I'll show you guys as we're taking everything off. But this is the setup pretty much, and it's a pretty like nice setup. So you can carry 2 motorcycles, like one inside the back of the truck and one like this, which that allows us to be able to go places and, like, you know, go further out. We can just take the motorcycles with us, and then when it's time to ride, we can ride. Then when it's time to pack up, we can pack up and just drive back inside of the vehicle. But yeah, let me start unpacking this. I'm gonna show you guys the process of unpacking everything. Woo! 890's off. It's not that bad of a process. One thing I will say, this thing gotta be very careful with. It's gonna be hot. You feel it? Yeah. I've scraped up my knee a couple times on this. So always careful. Take that off. Got the big bike off. Now for the other bike, the way that we do this one, this is a little 140, so this is a smaller bike, shorter, so we can usually get this out with this little ramp. It's like with the Smart Cap, we do have to kind of tilt it slightly over to get it out, but it's not too bad because this bike is pretty small. So yeah, I'll show you guys. I lean it over on a kickstand, and I put like a strap on it, and it's usually pretty good with that. You can hear something else is out here. But yeah, we'll take this guy out next. And yeah, the other bike is out. So doing this one is like not always easy. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Just depends on the angle, but it took us a minute to get it out. But once we got it out, it's out. putting it in, I could pretty much put it in pretty much by myself. Taking it out, it's kind of that dance of getting the thing linked up. But yeah, this is how we get 2 bikes with us. And normally, like I said, I have a smaller dual sport, the KLX 300. So it's like lighter than that. It looks just like this, just bigger. And this guy can fit in the back of the truck. So I don't know what we're gonna do when we eventually upgrade my wife's bike, but in the meantime, this is what this works. We do have like a trailer too that we do bring stuff on, but that's for like overnight trips. But for just quick out in the desert trips, this is the setup. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll have this motorcycle carrier linked down below, and this ramp as well. This ramp made things a lot easier. We had like another one before, but this one can hold up to 600 pounds as well. So if we didn't even have the smart cap on, we could roll this guy right into the back of the truck as well. Plus this is like a super long one, so it makes things a lot easier. And since it's narrow, you can like walk up next to it to get into the truck bed. Just want to give you guys a quick view of what it looks like when it's back home. We just drove home all the way, and yeah, it's holding up great. So the straps, the point is having 4 straps, 2 of them pulling this way, 2 of them pulling that way, wrapped around the frame. And this setup works absolutely well. I just want to show you guys one last look how it's holding. One is going into the truck bed, but yeah, this thing is not moving. One of the best investments I think I bought for this, so we can take this thing with us no matter where we go. And it's been on here for, this is like past a day later, so this thing's holding up strong. Just took the bike off and just showing you, this is the stabilizer that I got that I'm going to undo, the aftermarket one. But yeah, I'll have it all linked down below if you want to go check it out. But if you want to see what we're doing out here in the desert, check this video out. We're gonna have some fun in the desert with the motorcycles. Subscribe for more. See you over there.